We always been close.
I mean, living on the same street, that's gonna make you closer.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Smith. I've lived here, I guess 20 years.
My name is Janie Cunningham. I purchased my home 17 years ago because my granddaughter wasn't born yet, so she's 16 now.
Yes. UC had helped me build mine. So then they asked me, they said, well, what would you like? I said, if my sister could live on the same street. They said, well, we're going to see if we can make that happen. So they, they moved back, talked to their board, and UC was like, yeah. So then they had to go talk to Habitat board. And Habitat board was like, no, so at first. Then they said, no, Habitat board was like, okay, yeah, we'll build another one up the street. So then that was the best thing, having them, cause we always done lived by each other. I always could look out my window to see her window. We lived in a household with 4 girls. My mom had, well, it was 4 of us. My mom had 8 kids, but it was 4 of us that lived in an apartment together with my mom. So it was nice growing up with, her and with Janie and my other 2 sisters, Teresa and Robin. So it was nice growing up. We always lived in the projects with my mom.
It was kind of crowded, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I was the oldest, so I would have to get up and do stuff for my mom that they couldn't do because I was the oldest. And the older you expect to do extra stuff, but it was just love. And even if we had to share beds and stuff, we was cool with that, you know what I'm saying? It was just love. So I just wanted to upgrade and bring my kids to something better than what I had when I was coming up. I mean, I was so happy when I got that car. I was so happy. I was started, now we gotta start packing up stuff. We gotta start doing this. But I don't think my kids believe that it was real because they just waiting around until the last minute to start packing stuff up. I'm like, y'all, we really moving. And so we moved up here in July. I think it was close to my son's birthday. So he's like, well, Mom, we get a new house and then I could better have me a party because before I even came up here, my son came up here in his empty room with brand new carpet. Just was so happy to have brand new carpet. He said, I don't need my bed, no, I'll sleep on the floor. And I remember that's what he did too.
Yes, I had my daughter, my son, and their father, Rick. But so he helped build it too. And it was just fun building. We was living downtown in Stanley Road. There was a lot going on there, so we was happy to come build and get away from.
As far as the house, able to decorate it the way you want to, because you living in a project, you can't paint their walls whatever colors you want to paint them. You gotta basically leave them white, or if you do paint them, you're gonna get charged when you move out. So just to paint and just to redo stuff, I wouldn't better have no hot tub in my backyard, if I was still downtown.
My mortgage, when I first got this house, was cheaper here than paying there. So I was able to still pay my mortgage and gas and electric and water bill, and all within the same what I was paying there. So then once we growed up, we still lived close to each other, we both stayed in law homes together. And then when we moved down to Stanley Road, we was just a couple of doors away from each other. So we still did until I moved up here. And then I was missing her.
We have a good and bad days, but like you said, hey, you got some sugar on there, so I can come down here and get it, or I can send my grandkids down here to get it,
She called me, what is you cooking, what you eating? Where you finna go? You ain't made it home yet. She called me last night. I see your car was gone yesterday morning at 7:30. I'm like, dang, I was going to walk. We always been close.
Yeah.
Like I say, cause she probably used to share the same bed or whatever. So we always been close.
I mean, living on the same street, that's gonna make you closer because you know what I'm saying. And I'm like, I look down and I say, where the heck she done went to,
Hello, my name is Sylvia Smith. My mother is Sylvia Smith. Daughter, I used to live here, and it was a great pleasure for us helping build on a home, getting those experiences. And a few years later, I got my own apartment, and 2012 purchased my home. My mama never gave up. She kept pushing and making us come to, and like I said, learning different things. Like knowing how to lay floor to drywall to this to that. Like, so when somebody break that in my home, I'll be like, I know how to do it. I'm calling mama. What we got to do now? Like, or how you do this? So it was just like a wonderful learning experience.
And just for me able to just pay my house off, that was go. And I paid my car off before my house, so you know that was go. You know, I mean, just to be able to accomplish or paying something out. Even though I mean, I think I grew up how to manage my money because I had to manage my money. And then my granddaughter, you know, she was born on the street, so just to see her grow up, you know, even though now she's in their own home now, so.
I've grown, like I said, seeing my kids grow, that helped me grow. As you know, growing up, and like I said, man, I watched both of them grow and get their own houses and traveling. She steady lets me travel with her now. So, yes, I've been growing a lot now. Yeah, like I said, these are things that I wouldn't even been thinking about doing if I'd been in another setting. Oh, we've grown. No kids, no grandkids, but we've grown in body, mind, and spirit. That was the best thing in my life I could ever did, was apply. And I'm so thankful for somebody giving me a chance and an opportunity.
I'm proud that I was able to see my mom buy her own home and, you know, break the generational curses, and that I'm now able to step out and do the same thing. And just seeing mama, you know, being a great source to her community, her from downtown to Mount Ormond, and seeing mama being a retiree before 60, like that's just a proud moment to even, that a lot of people ain't even doing it these days. Like you retiring 70, 80, and so like she said, she's loving traveling. So following out the footsteps that I'm able to travel when I want, with owning my own business and moving how I want to move. So it's just been a lovely just watching mama and growing on her footsteps.
My kids, they both have grown and moved out, have their own houses, their own jobs. I've retired, sitting here, enjoying going on trips. Just enjoying life now.
Well, my son, he wasn't working back then. He was in the streets trying to be like the bad boys, but now he's working. He got a job at the casino, and like it seems like up here just made him like look at stuff different himself, you know, because a lot of danger, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy that see my older son, he can't work because it's eyesight, but my other son, he work at the casino now, and you know, he got his own apartment now. I mean, they both got their own apartments now, so it's making everybody grow up just from us being in this house, you know. And my daughter, she had a daycare business, and now she's getting a home health aid business, you know.
But like I said, this day and time and age now, this is wonderful. Like I said, I would tell everybody to apply for Habitat. That's all I do. Every time I see somebody, I see them with some kids, I want you to apply for Habitat. They're like, oh, I thought about like you ought to do that.
It's affordable.
Yeah, I'm like, it's affordable, you know. Do it, try it. Like I tell girls all the time, why don't you try for Habitat? Try for Habitat, especially when they got little kids growing up. You know, it's nice to be able to bring your kids up in something that you can call your own.
So just to see my family get homes that we started from projects, you might as well say, to owning homes, that's like a wonderful experience that too many, you might as well say, blacks don't get the experience that often. Like, so that's just a lovely thing, period. Like when like my grandma didn't own a home, to my mother and my aunt owning homes, that's stuff that we ain't see growing up.
I don't know what I'd do if you move. Because I'm not moving.